What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and we are back to talk about some more of this foolishness going on the internet. Okay, today it features Ebony K. Williams. Okay, so recently Ebony K. Williams did an interview with Iyanla Van Zant, and a comment came up, or a question rather came up, as to whether she would date a bus driver or not. So she's been getting dragged all up and down the internet over her response. Let's get into it, shall we? Man. Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming with a force. Yes, blessings we are reaping, we coursing on. All right, y'all. So I'm going to play the original interview where she asked the question. She was talking to Iyanla, and she was basically talking about, men and this, that, and the third. But y'all, we're going to play the audio right now so that y'all can see the original interview, and then we'll play her response, and I'll give my commentary.
But I do want you to speak, Iyanla, to how women need to position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus.
Know that you said.
All right, y'all. So that was Iyanla Van Zant and Ebony K. Williams talking about the status of Black men in our current society, their earning potential. Where are the men? Basically, what Ebony K. Williams was saying. And Iyanla poses the question of, would she date a bus driver? And Ebony flat out said no. But Ebony also went on further to kind of give clarity to what she said. And we're going to play that right now.
So out of the 50,000 plus comments posted on social, I only saw a handful that even considered the possibility of a bus owner being a more aspirational position, and recognizing that I am actually speaking and pouring into the ascension of Black men when I said what I said. But see, no, some of y'all were too busy naming and shaming me personally and Black women in general as undesirable, gold diggers, and much worse. Now, I suspect that some of y'all are the same men that were bringing home C's and D's on your report cards, only to then be coddled by parents that said, well, that's okay, as long as you're doing your best. Well, listen, I love and believe in the excellence of Black men. So no, my dear, C's and D's or any other form of mediocrity is not okay. No, I will not create a soft place for you or anybody that I love to fall comfortably into the bigotry of low expectations. So I'm going to say one more time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with driving a bus. My mother Gloria drove one for years. But could it be that Black America has been sold a narrative of average, regular, and typical being good enough for us? Well, see, that's called white supremacy. And in this case, it takes the form of conditioning Black Americans to happily accept being a permanent American underclass. But see, because I know the truth about Black folk in America, no, average is not and will never be good enough for me. And the gag is, I don't think it's good enough for you either.
So, y'all, that's Ebony K. Williams giving her rebuttal for why she said what she said. And listen, girl, say it with your chest. Here's my thing, okay? And this is strictly my opinion. I feel like, why is it that black women are always made to be the build-a-bear people and women in society? Now, if Ebony K. Williams was a white woman and said that, it would be a-okay. People arrange marriages. There are cultures that arrange marriages so that people can be with someone that is equally or equally yoked, okay? People also, if I've gone to school and I've gotten several degrees and things like that, and I come across a bus driver for some reason that treats me well, maybe she, would change her mind. However, a bus driver wouldn't be running in the circles that Ebony is running in. So why should she have to reach down and date down? Men don't do that. Do you see CEOs of companies and men that have successful businesses going and traipsing through communities looking for a mediocre average woman? No, they're not. And the men that do date women that were, are mediocre, if that's what you want to call them, is because they were from their past and they knew them. In my opinion, from what I've seen, it's just very disrespectful and just highly just it's ridiculous that they continue to make it seem like black women should just accept mediocrity. Especially if I've gone out here and done all these things to improve myself and present myself to society as a successful individual. I've done all the things. I've checked all the boxes. But what you're telling me is I shouldn't require that of my mate. I need to just accept the milkman or the bus driver. And not to say that those are terrible jobs, but date somebody in your bracket. Period. If I work an average Joe job, guess what? I'm going to find me an average Joe man. And that's just that on that. I'm not out here saying, oh, well, I have an average job, but I only want to date millionaires. Now, that's a different story. Because then it's like, girl, okay, I understand achieving, raising the bar high, but you can't discount people that are on the same, even playing field as you to go to someone that is not. This woman is on a higher level playing field than a bus driver. And I just feel like everybody just thinks that it's law because Iyanla Van Zant said it. Iyanla is very wise beyond her years, but in this situation, I don't agree with her. I feel like that's her opinion. Iyanla, if you want to go traipsing through the Metro bus line and find you a driver, girl, go and do you. Do the damn thing. Find you a man, girl. Okay? But Ebony ain't looking over there. And frankly, neither would I. I just think that it's entirely disrespectful at this point to continue. Why do black women always have to carry everything and everybody on our backs? We've been doing it since the beginning of time. We got to carry our men. We got to take care of our children. We got to take care of our parents when things happen. We got to do every fucking thing. Who's going to be there for us? Who? And here's the bigger question. Why aren't these men being held accountable for not wanting to get married, for not wanting to be in committed relationships? Huh? Why are men not being held accountable for being with black women? That's the conversation people don't want to have. Okay? Because these black men out here are always, once they get a little coin, we see who they go and marry. But y'all don't want to talk about that. But yet when we are successful and we got a little coin behind us in education, we supposed to reach down and grab and help a brother out. No, ma'am. Pam. I'm done with that. I can't. I'm so sick and tired of people coming for black women because we have standards. But then you got situations like people like Martell Holt and Shay, where and with Melody and Ariana Curry, where it's like, oh well, Sheree, you shouldn't be messing with Martell because he's trash, and he done did this and that and the third with his over his ex-wife and his children and all this that and the third. So people are saying that her picker is off. She dated somebody that got out of jail. Her picker was off. But people expect Ebony K. Williams to date a man that drives a bus. And she's getting all of this slack. And people are coming for her because she said, I want to date the owner of the bus company. I don't get it. What is wrong with people? It is just absolutely team entirely too much. Too much. Let's look at the comments. Michelle says, hello, Shay Renee. What's up, Michelle? How you bees? Thank you so much for joining me. Charmy Light says, I'm with Ebony. Girl, you and me both, okay? You and me both. Charmy Light says, amen. She says, they wouldn't even ask a woman of another race such a question. Period. Period. Like, there are so many cultures where they are not even going to, like, they don't even want to take you home if you not the CEO of a company or a doctor or a lawyer, or you don't have at least 6 figures behind that number, that first number. There's no way. And the first thing that your parents ask you when you are in certain cultures, what does he do for a living? That's the first thing people's parents ask. But black women, we supposed to just be happy to have a man. We just happy to be here. No, we got standards just like the rest of these women. Period. Okay? Charmy Light says, our community has a serious issue with trying to humble black women. Here's the thing. Why do we need to be humble? What is the real issue with us? Now, I would love to understand why a lot of black women are not married, and I damn sure don't think it's because they not dating people with certain in lower tax brackets. It's not because we feel like we need to lower our standards to the trash man or the bus driver or the Home Depot employee. Like, that's definitely not the reason why a lot of black women are not married. I'm sure there's other issues that we could address, but that, pray tell, is not the reason. Okay, it's not. I refuse to believe that. Terry Babe 89 says, hello Shay, what's up? How you be? Maya Hill says, hey Shay. Charmy Light says, you better run that. Amen. Yes, period. I am so sick and tired of these weirdos out here trying to make us look bad because we have standards. It's absolutely insane. Everybody has standards, but it's a problem when we do. It's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. It's weirdo. M Love Black always says it's weirdo behavior and sick. Absolutely. Sheree is a loser. She is, child. I mean, her and Martell damn losers together, child, but that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, like, even with that situation, people telling Mel, oh, you guys look so good together, you should go back to him. After all the stuff that this man has done, had a whole baby on this lady, okay, out here trying to take their children from her, trying to get in her pockets, just crazy. And people are suggesting that this woman go back to him because they look good together. Well, baby, my grandma always told me, and my mama says it too, what look good ain't always good for you, honey. Okay? And that's on period. Miss AKA says, hello, Shay and chat. What's going on? M Love Black always says, why aren't they encouraging BM to get a degree? Right. Black men to get a degree. Right. Because statistics say that more black women have college degrees than black men. And you want to know why? Because unfortunately, and I'm saying this as a mom of a black son, and I'm going to change this narrative with my son. A lot of black moms coddle their sons. It's just a fact in our community. They coddle their sons and push their daughters to the 10th power. We're the daughters are always the ones that everything falls on. We taking care of the parents. We the ones doing this and that and the third, taking care of everything that the family needs. But the black men seem to skate on by. They don't get pushed to go to school. They don't get pushed to be respectful in relationships. They don't get pushed to just basically do something. That's mama's baby. You handsome, so you gonna make it in life. Or you pushing them to play sports and all this, that, and the third, but not pushing them in the realm of education. That's the problem in our community. It's really, really sad. It really, really is. Terry Babe 89 says, yes, I was on Queen Sheba Live this morning. The topic was, would I date a bus driver? Um, it's me, Wanda. Yeah, you know, Wanda, you know I know who you are, sis. I just don't be wanting to say your name on here if you don't want me to. But from now on, I just be like, hey, Wanda. Alvenia McQueen says, when a black woman wants a man to provide, she is labeled a gold digger. But when a white woman does it, it's okay. Right. Exactly. Exactly. We don't want to talk about may God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant and the whole Brandy situation and how he ended up marrying that other girl. I mean, marrying Vanessa. We don't want to talk about all those things. All these men always want to have something that looks rich on their arm, and people put monetary value and prestige in white culture. It's like when you got white friends, or you married to somebody that's white, or you know, even in cahoots, even at work. Oh, I want to be cool with the white people. Then you've arrived, right? That's what people think. And until we get out of that mindset, you're never going to be successful. People got to learn to live in their truth and be them. Doing you is going to get you in every room that you want to be in, regardless of what you may think. And white people ain't got the clout they used to have, child. I'm just going to tell you that right on, right the freak on down, okay? Ms. AKA says, right. Ms. AKA says, you should have seen these women here in Kansas City for the NFL draft. Right! Girl, listen, okay? Vanessa was in high school dating Kobe and age dropped out. See? There we go. There we go. So listen, I'm just like, I don't understand why Ebony is being held under the gun over this, because it just doesn't make any sense to me, and I just think it's dead wrong. It's dead wrong to continue to think that black women should accept, we of all cultures should accept mediocrity because that's just what we deserve. No, no, absolutely not. It, like I said, if this was a white woman, Iyanla would not have even answered that question. And if she did, and a white woman said, I'm going to date the owner of the bus company, nobody would even bat an eye. Let's look at some of these comments some people put on Hollywood Unlocked's page, because Hollywood Unlocked posted this, but I went to the original source to get the story. But some of the comments says, that's a huge no for me. I didn't acquire 3 degrees to date a bus driver. I'd rather be alone. If he owned the bus, I may consider him. Child, I agree, sis. This person says she's just SHITing on an occupation that's a necessity in society. LOL. Everyone in life will not be an owner. And that does not mean they are failures or average. Even still, average is a normal person. Once again, not a failure. No, you don't have to date one, but respect those people and their work. Girl, you just said a whole bunch of nothing. Like, some people just comment just a damn comment. I'm like, girl, what are you even saying right here? You jumping around the mulberry bush. Do you want her to date an average person or not? And what do you consider average? Ebony K. Williams is not average, okay? So to expect her to date somebody that you consider average is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, okay? Someone said that part. If she was white, y'all wouldn't have cared as much. Black women gotta accept the minimum, or we gold diggers. No, ma'am. Absolutely right. Nail hit head. Why are we always considered gold diggers if we want somebody that we can be evenly compatible with, financially, emotionally, physically, all of that? Why is it such a problem? Why do we have to accept mediocrity in men, but they don't have to accept it in women? Because there's some mediocre ass women out here too. We ain't even about to play like it ain't. Okay? They ain't out here looking for them. And if they are, it's definitely an agenda behind it, for sure. This person says, they say as black women, we choose the wrong men, then turn around and bash this woman for her way of choosing the right man that's on her level. Right. So you bash us for being the charades of the world, picking ridiculous men like Martell Holt. But then you come for Ebony K. Williams because she don't want to date a bus driver. Child, y'all need to kick rocks for real with no socks and shoes on. This person says, this is why so many black people are single. We really need to look at the bigger picture instead of looking at what a person's job is. Instead of the person, we will have a lot more married people. Um, y'all, bear with me. I'm doing two things at one time. What Iyanla said was right on. Right on. Look at those SA. What? Girl, bye. I'm not even going to address that because you're just a pick me. Who are you married to? And look at your name, bald headed diva. That I rest my case. Mr. 2 Weeks Out says, and I actually like him and his wife. Mr. 2 Weeks Out is married to Mrs. 2 Weeks Out. They got married in high school right out of high school, I believe. And she was a firefighter for a long time, and she became a chief. And he had like a trucking company or something like that, and they had lost it all at one point. And then now she has a successful fitness wear line for women called Body Envy, and they own gyms, and he has several businesses as well. So they are multimillionaires at this point. And they really turned everything around and rebuilt themselves together. So Mr. 2 Weeks Out says, read all the comments, and I agree. It seems like black women are the only group asked to lower their standards, but black women are the single most unmarried individuals on the planet. That's the underlying issue that needs to be addressed. Why? It damn sure ain't looks, because white women been copying our women for hundreds of years. It's something else. I don't have the answers, just the data. Well, listen. And black women been copying damn white women too, wearing these long ass weaves and wearing blonde hair. So, I guess we all copy and damn each other. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't understand. That was one thing I said earlier. I don't understand why there's a lot of unmarried black women. That's something that should be addressed. But it's definitely not because people are not willing to date average Joe workers. That's definitely not why. Um, Somebody says, well, I'm just going to put it like this. Everyone can't be a boss. We need workers too. And there is nothing wrong with dating a worker. She's talking like this. She believes in the excellence of black men to cover up the fact that she is indeed gold digging. I would have maybe agreed with her if she said something to the fact that she wants someone on her level so she doesn't have to worry about being used. That's understandable. But why isn't it that a black person that takes pride in what they do not considered black excellence? First of all, the lady didn't say that it's not black excellence driving a bus. She didn't say that. She said that people should strive higher. And that's absolutely the case. If you are a bus driver, that's good. Kudos to you because you have a job and you're gaining income. However, you shouldn't expect to be dating a Ebony K. Williams. That's all that said. And she doesn't have to word it and put ice cream on top for it to make it sound good for you, sis. Okay? That's the thing. Everybody always so worried about how somebody or what somebody say makes somebody feel. She basically said, you're not on my level if you're a bus driver. I'm not going out here looking for bus drivers. Period. And I don't see what's wrong with that. Now, if she was to go to a gala and a bus driver so happened to be invited and he had enough coof and enough, game to get her, and later on she finds out he's a bus driver, I'm sure she probably would still date dude. But because that means that he's leveling up and putting himself in the right rooms with people, because that means he's ready to change his life and do something different. But if you're a bus driver, you're not looking for Ebony K. Williams. That's also the biggest point here. Child, Y'all, I can't. I can't with people and they damn foolishness. I just can't. I shouldn't. I just can't. Let's look at some of these comments. Professor S, what's up, Professor SDT? Professor SDT says, "Preach." I work with a white is right woman right now. Child, right? Okay. People be tripping. Medusa show off. That's girl. What's up, sis? How is the baby? Medusa show off says Iyanla is a pick me. Absolutely. Like, why would she even? My thing is, why would you even ask that woman that question? Because now you didn't put her in an awkward ass position to have to say something like that. Now there's so many other women that has. I mean, people dragged Carisha for saying something similar to that. Who else? It was another woman recently that said something to the effect of she wouldn't date XYZ. But that's okay. That's their preference. You have women that are in high tax brackets, and y'all trying to. Why are we trying to pit them with men that don't um, equally financially meet their specifications or aren't even close to them? I don't understand it. M Love Black always says, my sister in law and older sis are both graduating this year with their master's degree. They both have crafted their careers in education. They have inspired me to go back to school for HR, political science. Yes. And that's the thing. And I'm sure your sisters are not going around at, the trash man plant looking for a husband. They're not. And it's not nothing to say about a man that's a trash man. That is a very respectable job. And they make a good coin. But they're not going around to galas looking for wives either. Child. How do we change black men's narrative about black women? That's a good question. That's a great question, because here's the thing: what is their narrative about us? That's another thing. Their narrative about us changes every 5 damn minutes. Oh, I don't want to deal with somebody that got an attitude problem. I'll come home and work all day, and I don't want to deal with somebody that got an attitude. Well, why the fuck do I have an attitude, sir? What did you do? Hmm? Have you talked to me to see how my day was? What are your expectations for me to just sit here, open my legs whenever you want me to, cook your dinner, and just say nothing, and continue to raise your children and contribute half of the finances to this house? If that's what you want a woman, period, black, white, blue, or green, to do, then you need to refocus the playbook. Because in today's society, you damn near need two incomes. So I'm surprised that it's not more black women that's married. Because as high as these bills and carrying on and living is, everybody should get married. The damn courthouse should be filled up. Okay? Because monogamy is the best way. Matrimony and monogamy is the best way for you to live these days. Okay? But that's just my opinion. Octavia Chapman is laughing. Iverson Money says Marcus Houston said he wanted a woman with no baggage, but we all know he wanted different. Ebony is educated, beautiful, and no baggage. Now what's the problem? Child, Marcus Houston, that's a whole nother daggone story with that fool. He was going to the daycares looking for a wife, apparently. So his requirements are very different, in my opinion. Okay? Because that is just ridiculous what they got going on. But she like it. I love it. She married him, so she must have wanted an old man. Pacino Rule says individual women should do what's best for them. No judgment. Ebony is no gold digger. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. She's not a gold digger. And I think, again, like you said, everybody need to do what they think is best. Because there may be a multi-million dollar a millionaire woman out here that wants to date somebody average, because she wants somebody that's going to be willing to not be seen, and play the black background. And that's fine. Nobody's going to come for a person that thinks like that. That's cool. Date your preference. Do you, boo boo. Do you. Alvinia McQueen says it is sad a lot. It is it is sad that a lot of black women, okay, maybe you meant to type some more. I'll look for the rest of your comment. Oh, want to talk negatively about other black women when those black women want more for themselves. Absolutely. 100%. It's okay for you to want more. Everybody wants a raise at work at some point. Everybody wants to do well in life. Everybody wants the bigger house. Everybody wants the BBD, the bigger, better deal, right? But it's not okay for us to want it in relationships. But everybody expects everything out of us. We gotta have the perfect bodies. We gotta have the all this money. We gotta take care of the kids. We gotta do this. We gotta exercise. We gotta. Oh my gosh! Why are Black women held to such a high standard for work? We gotta work, and earn it all. Who's gonna be there for us? Who is our backbone? I would love to be able to say the Black man is our standard because hold us up to a high standard and take care of us. We don't have that. All we got is damn each other at this point. Alvinia McQueen says, "Want to talk?" I'm sorry, I skipped that. I listened to Ebony's podcast for a while and gives more detail regarding this interview in her latest podcast episode. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that because I just think that it's ridiculous. I really do. I think it's absolutely insane. Oh, shout out to Octavia Chapman. Thank you so much for your Cash App. I so appreciate you. Thank you so much. Y'all listen, content creators, that is a super help for us, okay? Because child it be hard in these YouTube streets, child. Um M Loves Black always says Ebony attended undergraduate school at the age of 16 years old. She's not the average woman. They can run game on. This past weekend, she attended Byron Allen's ball and the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Period. Period. This woman is moving and shaking. Okay, moving and shaking. Where you gonna? Where, come on now. Where where on earth would she even come across a bus driver to get into cahoots with him and let somebody try to hook her up with one? And she would at this point have to be looking for one. That's what I'm saying. This stuff is just not realistic. It's not realistic, okay? Miss AKA says shacking is easier. Yeah, it is easier for you, right? It's easier for a lot of these men until they get old and then they looking for some damn body to take care of them. Then they want to fall in love and get married. Boy, bye. Hell no. You ain't gonna wait till we both gray and old and then I'm about to be taking care of you. In my last years, you done lost your damn mind. Stop peddling the club, looking for fun at night, and look for fun for the rest of your life. That's what people need to change their mindset. Marriage needs to be the goal. I don't understand why people don't think this way anymore, but I think society has glorified being single so much that I don't even think a lot of people think like that. I think they're just doing it just because that's what everybody else is doing. It's a lot of things that people are doing nowadays, making life choices and things of that nature. Child, look, I sound like Martell, things of that nature. Making life choices according to what they see everybody else doing, even if they don't damn agree. It's a bunch of pick me's in this world. M Black always says, M Loves Black always says, my older sister is married to another college degree Black man, and he earns minimum six figures. He has created a beautiful home life for them in Georgia. And you know what? He is the standard. That should be the standard. And what's wrong with that? I'm married. Me and my husband went to Morgan State University. He's a college graduate as well. And he makes a good salary as well. And we're married and have a 6-year-old son. We met in college. So why is it wrong for me to want to meet somebody that is along my standard? Why? Now, if I met somebody that only had a high school diploma or whatever, but they still working, they're an average Joe, that's cool. That wouldn't have been a problem for me because, hell, I'm an average broad. But I'm not Ebony K. Williams, okay? Period. M Loves Black always says, my sister-in-law is married to a Black man. My husband's bro. He was made LT in his firefighter career. My in-laws are pretty successful along with my own husband. It was non-negotiable. Yes. And my husband's parents are successful, and so were mine. My parents had a business for years. So it's like, listen, People just got to stop judging people for their choices. It is what it is. And who the hell Ebony K. Williams is dating is not going to ruffle your feathers. It shouldn't. Miss AK says, I'm not living with any man, but simply living together requires less paperwork. However, I understand that those papers mean everything. No man will ever leave me high and dry. Right, because I'm damn sure not going to be Peaches sitting in the back of the damn funeral crying with my hat on, talking about, I've been with him for 15 years, and I got his kids all these years. What's Mary J. Blige song? Wasted my years, a fool a while. Yeah. I should have left Joe long time ago, because you get to the funeral back there with the hat on, and then all his other girlfriends is there too, crying and carrying on with their kids. Oh, you was with him too? Girl, I was with him for 15 years. Some Frankie Lyman shit. Hell no. I'm going to need this life insurance policy, okay? I'm going to need all that. All my just desserts. Her podcast with Dustin is good. Yeah, I've heard that their podcast is really good. And I like Dustin, so I'm definitely going to give it a listen today. Ms. AKA is laughing. Tia P says, hello, everyone. What's up? What's up? Ms. AKA says, a special friend. Yeah, girl, sometimes that may be all we need is a special damn friend to come and, spread it wide and drop it low for us a little bit. Because some of these men be getting on your nerves outside of that. But that's a side note. But when you find the right one that's willing to be your partner, it's a beautiful thing. It really is a beautiful thing. Alvinia McQueen says, if I had $1 for the number of black women who have tried to introduce me to certain men, but wanted the top tier men for themselves, I tell people, don't introduce me to men you wouldn't want. Period, sis. Don't try to introduce me to some man that your ass would not date. Don't try me. And what you think about me thinking I'm going to date XYZ, this person you done introduced me to? You tried it. Okay? Please. And I would tell sis off that whoever tried you like that, don't let these tricks be trying you, girl. Because that's the thing. Sometimes we can be each other's friend. Oh, right. Child, and I ain't trying to be no damn special damn friend. I need to be the main beneficiary. That's what I need to be. Okay? Because I'm gonna be dealing with your ass all these years and paying bills with you and whatnot. I need to get my I need to get comment, subscribe, and share Ebony K. Williams stuff too, and tell them to stop dragging sis, okay? Because she on to something here, and we just got to stop the foolishness. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.